yoga. All right, so close your eyes, sit up nice and tall. So again, if you need support to help you sit up tall, this would be a good time to put the support underneath you. It doesn't matter if it's a yoga bolster or yoga blanket. It could be any blanket, any bolster, any couple of pillows, books. I like to personally have my knees supported with the blocks. I'm crossing your ankles, but really crossing more at your shins so that the feet are underneath the thighs as opposed to just ankle to ankle. And then close your eyes as you place your hands on top of your thighs. And just gently press down on the thighs. Close the eyes and just start to settle in for a few breaths as you kind of connect to your space, this time, your breath, and all the surrounding things that come together, and all the actions that are going to be happening around us while we are staying in our yoga practice. I mean, I hear the birds chirping. They're going to continue to chirp, hopefully. The sun is shining. There's lots of things happening in and around us, and yet we can find some stillness on our mat for a few moments at least. Start to expand the breath from the belly, the ribs, and the chest, fully, deeply, completely. And empty out the breath the same, slowly, fully, deeply, completely. Let all of the air release. And then begin the process again, breathing in, filling up, expanding. And each of us will breathe, slightly different pace, rate, whatever. So follow your own breath. And then begin to turn your palms open so that they're receptive. Take your first two fingers together and your third fingers, just point them down a little bit. And start to receive the energies around us, maybe from each other, even through our Zoom. Good morning. That is Maria. Coming in. Yay. Good morning. All right. So we're sitting cross-legged, Maria, supported if you can or need. And now our palms are up, first two fingers connected, three fingers pointing down. And find an intention that you'd like to stay with this morning, something that will bring you into a relationship with your mat and your practice this morning. And that could be just something as simple as saying, I am. And continue to stay in this position as you bring your hands now to your heart center. Gently release your chin towards your chest. Lengthen out the back of the neck, the shoulders drop down. And simply fold over your legs and walk your hands forward. Keep your hips connected to the ground. Relax the shoulders. Press through the heel of the hands, underarms supporting the shoulders. So lifting rather than collapsing. Spreading apart at the shoulder blades without creating tension in your neck and upper back. Inhale, lengthen your spine and walk over to your left side. Take your right arm to the left side. You're going to not probably reach as far as your left hand. And then just turn it open. Stretch the right arm up and over. Press firmly. You almost press into the outer edges of your feet as well as bringing your hips down towards the floor. Take another breath here and release your arms through the center to the other side. Over to the right side unless you started there. And then sweep the left arm up and open. Lift out of the waistline. Good. Inhale, release your hands. Walk back to the center. And then walk your hands to your thighs. Lean back, shake out your legs. And switch the cross of your legs. Place your hands back on top of your thighs with your palms down. Close your eyes again. Tuck your chin to your chest this time. Pull your belly into your spine and just roll backwards. Let your hands support you at the front of your thighs or your knees. pull the belly all the way back and in. Inhale, use your hands to help pull you up and hinge forward. And let's do that again. Exhale, round and curl, chin to chest, pull the belly in. Inhale, return forward, lean forward, and begin to move side to side in circular motion. So forward, back, side to side, or forward side, back side. Use your hands to guide you and then reverse the directions. And just kind of moving. Come on back to the center. Lift your spine. Take your arms out and up over your head. Inhale. Exhale, open your arms to a T, thumbs up to the ceiling. Turn your torso to the right side, kind of slicing. You're not going to get too far, most likely. Then the right arm comes down, left arm comes up. And just bend the right elbow if you'd like. And lean back a little bit. Open up your heart. Good. Inhale, return back up to the center, thumbs up. Exhale, turn to your left side. Bring the left hand behind you, right arm comes back and over. Inhale, come back up to the center, bring the arms all the way up. Exhale, release your hands out in front of you. Fold your body in half. Inhale, walk your hands back up. Lean back. If you have any support, you can start to remove it. Lean back and shake out your legs. Take the feet as wide as the mat. Just do a little bit of windshield wiper, rocking side to side. And then take your legs over to either side and bring them back behind you. Find yourself into a tabletop position, hands under shoulders, knees underneath hips. Let's turn the fingers around for Lori. And then extend your spine. You can tuck your toes if you'd like. Dip your belly a little bit. Don't collapse into your shoulders up. Exhale, round and curl your spine, chin to chest. Tailbone tucks underneath you. Inhale, come back to neutral, and through neutral, extend your spine. Exhale, round and curl, chin to chest. Inhale, extend your spine. Turn your palms forward. Walk them out a little bit in front of you. Drop your forehead or your chin to the floor. Keep your hips elevated. So puppy dog pose. Take 2 more breaths here. We're going to send it back into child's pose at the end of this breath. When you meet me there in child's pose, knees are wide, belly softens between the thighs, arms are extended forward, and just press the heel of the hand forward and imagine that you're pulling your mat apart from the center. So there's action on the outside of the arms. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Inhale, return back to your hands and knees. Take your right leg off the floor in a bent knee position. Lift it up in the air, level out your hips. So don't lift it so high that you have to collapse into the left side to stay level. Well, it won't stay level. Extend the leg out, toes down, hips squared. Bend the knee, lift it a little higher, and then bring the knee to the chest round curl. Step your right foot in between your 2 hands. If you like the blocks underneath your hands, go for it. Knee over the ankle on the right leg. Send your left leg back behind you. Inhale. And exhale. Drop your shoulders broad through your collarbones. Press your left top of your foot, shin down. And sink down. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Take this inhaling breath to bring your hands onto your thighs. You can back off a little bit and walk your hands to the top of your hip crease. And as you start to press the skin away from the crease towards the knee, drop your back hip again and see if you can maintain that lift. Breathe in. Good. 1 more breath. Keep the action in the legs. Stretch the arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, open your arms to a T, thumbs up to the sky. Inhale, rotate to the right side. Right hand's going to come to the back of the left thigh. Left arm comes up and over, and then keep pressing your hips forward. Lift again out of your waistline. Breathe in, breathe out. One more. Good. Exhale, bring your left hand down inside your right leg, right arm up. Stay on your knees for now. And when I say stay on your knees, I don't mean come back onto your knees, but you don't have to tuck your back toes under and lift the back leg. Rotate your torso. Just find the best stretch that you can stretch, or the best movement that you can find without collapsing anywhere. Tuck your left toes behind you, but kick the heel to the buttocks. Reach your right hand to the left foot. Perhaps you grab it, perhaps you don't. See if you can hug the right hip into the center and drop a little bit more forward again. Open up your shoulder, chest, quadriceps nice and strong. Inhale. Good. If you're holding on, release it gently. Exhale, hands on the floor blocks. Straighten your front leg and fold over it. You can bring your blocks up higher, further back, or keep them where they are, or just your hands on the floor. Pulling the right hip back and the left hip forward. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. Exhale, fold over it, and just breathe. Relax the shoulders down. One more big breath here. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Drop your hips. Tuck your back toes underneath you now. Lift the knee up, keep the hips low. Low lunge. Plant your palms and step your right foot to your left foot, back of the mat, downward facing dog. Bend one knee, then the other. Roll yourself over to your right side, just turning your feet, torso stays square. Inhale on your toes, shift your hips to the left side, torso stays square. Where is your bounty? Beautiful. Inhale onto your toes, downward facing dog. Soften your knees, shift forward to a high plank. Pause in plank, breathe. Pull the belly up and in. Dome your shoulders a little bit. Lower the right knee to the floor. Bend the left knee, lift the heel in the air, flex the foot. Extend it out. Good. Bring the knee bent. Exhale, round and curl your spine. Pull it in and step your left foot in between your hands. You can snuggle the right hip back. Again, if you like the blocks, place them underneath each hand if you have to. Shoulders back and down. Hug your left hip to the center. So don't let it rock out to the side. So there's action going on here. Begin to feel your abdominal muscles strong, your glutes, and a little release into the hip flexors. Inhale, bring your hands onto your thighs. Lift yourself up. Walk your hands to the hip crease. And just start to smooth what little bits of skin there might be there. And as you press the skin down towards your thigh, your knee, press back down. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Inhale, stretch your arms up over your head. Keep the action in legs. Exhale, open your arms to a T. Turn to your left side, hug your left hip in. Take your left hand down the back thigh. Right arm comes up. Turn your palm back and just keep pressing forward through the right hip. Keep the left hip hugging into midline. Good. Inhale, release your right hand to the floor. Left arm comes up and twist, floor or block. Again, keep hugging your left hip into the center because it's really easy to kind of send the knee out to the side and lose the stretch and the strength. Reach your left arm, I think I did it a little bit differently. So reach your left arm back, lift your right leg up, grab a hold of it with your left hand. And then once you've grabbed a hold of it, you might have had to come up higher to get it, then drop down again. And if you're not holding onto your foot, that's okay. Just keep your arm stretching back and keep your heel pulling towards your buttocks. One more breath. Releasing the breath, releasing the bind slowly. Hands come back to the floor. Straighten your front leg any amount. Walk your hands back or stay forward, high or low. Pull the left hip back and the right hip forward. You can have your toes up or down, just, yogi's choice today. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep finding length in your spine. Keep the length in the spine. Don't round the back here. Then inhale, rebend your front knee. Tuck your back toes underneath you, lift the knee up off the floor. Stay firm, and then plant your hands, step your left leg to meet your right leg. Downward facing dog, walk your dog, side to side, shifting the weight from one side, one hand to the other. Inhale on your toes. Shift your hips over to, or your heels over to the left. Chest stays centered. Inhale on your toes, shift your weight over to the right side or your heels to the right side. Inhale, return to the center on your toes. Shift forward, high plank, look forward. Push back, downward facing dog. Knees can be bent in down dog. Heels don't have to touch. Inhale on your toes. Shift forward, high plank. Look forward, strong through your center. Exhale, hips up, downward facing dog. Soften your knees and walk your feet to the top of your mat, coming into your forward fold. Take your two fists in between your feet. Good. And then just let everything hang down. Soften your knees as much as you need to. This doesn't ever have to be a straight leg. And then from here, just interlace your fingers behind your head. So take your elbows out to the side, and then bring them so that they frame your face. So the elbows point down, the hips come back up in the air. Tuck the chin to the chest and roll up with your hands supporting the back of your head. When you come all the way up to standing, the head comes up, the arms open up, and we lean back like we're, kind of sitting at the beach, holding our head up, looking in the ocean at whatever, whomever. Good. Release your hands, keep your body in that back bend, reach the arms up. Exhale, stand up tall, bring the arms down by your side. I'm just going to move my mat a little bit rather than the camera. Okay. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Interlace your fingers again, bring the arms behind your head. Exhale, lift your heart, lift your chest. Lift back. Inhale back to your center. Keep the hands there. Lean to your right side. Exhale. Good. Inhale back to center. Lean to your left side. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Lift your heart, chest. Exhale. Bring the elbows by your ears, chin to chest. Round your spine. Come all the way back down to the floor. Hands on floor, shins or the blocks. Look forward. Inhale. Exhale, send your right leg to the back of the mat. You can lower the knee if you'd like to. If not, stay upright onto your back toes. Strong leg, back leg, front leg, knee over the ankle. And then place your hands and let them just hover off the floor so you know that your body is doing the work here. Good. And then bring your hands back on top of your thighs. Then lift your torso again. Let's bend the back knee a little bit. And then take your hand and just take that same stretch of the hip crease down to the front of the thigh, lifting up out of your hip bones. Bring your arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, open the arms to a T. Sink a little bit lower. Now you can have the back knee bent or straight. Hinge a little bit forward. Rotate your torso to the left side, excuse me. Inhale, the left hand comes down. Exhale, release your right hand to the floor inside your left leg. Left arm opens up, twist. Hug the left hip into the center. One more breath, finds a little bit more space. Exhale, hand down, legs straight, fold over your left leg. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your left shin. Again, the blocks can be high, low, forward, back, whatever works best for your body today. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Hands to the floor, step into a downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up high on your tippy toes. Shift yourself to the front of your mat, plank. Choose to lower your knees or just bend your arms and come down halfway. Roll over and through, upward facing dog, thighs off the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, take yourself back to the top of the mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press down to rise up, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, take the prayer to your heart center, release your arms by your side. Inhale, stretch your arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, hands on floor, shins blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left leg back, giant step, right? Simon says, big step. Hug your hip into the midline, right knee over the ankle, back heel at least close to being over the toes, or the knee could be bent on the floor. And then hover your fingers off the floor so that you know you're not supporting your weight into your arms. Place your hands on top of your thighs, lift your torso, whoops, and walk you can bend the back knee a little bit, and walk the hands down the thigh, just removing some of that flesh from the crease. Lift out of the pelvis, inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Back leg can be straight or bent, as much as you need. Open your arms to a T, thumbs up, inhale. Exhale, turn to your left side. Right arm down, left arm up. Hug your right hip in. So the tendency again is for that right hip to shift outward. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Inhale, come back up, reach your left hand down to the floor block. Right arm in the air, hug your hips into the center. Lift out of your waistline. So keep thinking about creating space out of your joints, not locking, not shooting them, not pounding them, just growing slowly with the breath. One more breath. Find your best space. Exhale, release your right hand and straighten your right leg. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your right shin. Right hip back, left hip forward. Good. Pull it back. Inhale, rebend your front knee, place your hands to the floor. Step your right foot back, downward facing dog, hips in the air. Inhale, high on your toes, shift to a high plank. Exhale, bend the arms, go halfway down, roll over your toes, or low cobra, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise high onto your tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward, take yourself to the top of your mat, halfway lift when you get there. Take your hands in the front of you or on blocks. You can use any of the heights. Inhale, lengthen your spine and bring yourself up to standing. Bring your hands to your heart center. Exhale, take the prayer into your heart. Release your arms for mountain pose. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, fold through the center. Hands right underneath your shoulders in front of you. So you're shifting your weight a little bit forward. Send your right leg in the air. Keep the toes down. So you're going to have to probably bend the left leg a lot or a little. Toes point down. So remember in the beginning of the class on our knees, we bent the knees. So let's go ahead and go there for a moment. My knee is not really parallel with my hips, but it's not going to be higher. Then extend it out again. Rise to your fingertips. Hips are squared. And keeping your left knee bent, you might want to try releasing your hands from the floor and finding a sort of a bent knee warrior 3 type pose. Good. Don't worry if you wobble. That's going to be normal. Good. And then go ahead and place your hands back onto the blocks. Straighten your left leg. Keep your left hand down and then open to the right side. Right hand, move it to your hip first. Begin to stack your hips. Begin to stack your shoulders. Lengthen the right leg out away from you. Right arm comes up in the air. Half moon. So the shoulders, hips are open. Yeah. And again, blocks are incredibly helpful if we need to find, more of the floor coming to us. Stretch your right arm up if it's not. You can stay there or bend your top leg. And then if you'd like to reach around and grab the top ankle, go for it. Open up the hip. Once you've got the foot, find stability, and then begin to open, stack shoulders. Press the heel into your buttocks or kick it into your hand a little bit more. Just take another breath here, slowly releasing the bind if you have it. Right arm up. Soften your left knee. Step all the way back. Open up your arms, warrior two. You might have to adjust. So you might have to take your legs a little wider, or maybe some of you closer. Arms out, shoulder height. Torso's turning towards the right. And breathe. Good, reach out of two arms. Back foot, firm. So you're not rolling in on the big toe, out on the little toe, and you're not bending into the knee. So the outer hip all the way down to the outside of the pinky toe. Your arms reach in two directions, shoulders stack on top of hips. Inhale. Good, sit a little bit deeper, exhale. Engage your arms like you're holding something in each arm. Good, inhale, right arm down, left palm turns up, reverse the warrior but lift out of your waistline. Breathe in, bend your left knee, pull your right hip towards your left. Good. Inhale, return back through warrior two. Exhale, take your hands to the floor. Turn your back hip forward. Good. Place your hands forward again onto the floor blocks. Lift your right leg off the floor. Hips are squared. Left knee bends. Good. And then see if you want to float your arms anywhere you want. Back, side, in front, whatever works for you. And then slowly come to standing. Hug your right knee to your chest. Lower your right foot. Separate your feet. Forward fold over your legs. Take your peace fingers. Wrap them around your big toe. Look forward. Inhale. And exhale. Send your thumbs underneath your toe and your fingers. And then draw your elbows out to the side. Let your head come down. Hips stack over heels. Shake out your neck. Yes or no. And let go. Inhale with a halfway lift. Exhale, release your hands to your hips. Inhale, press down to rise up. Release your arms by your side. Find stability in mountain pose. Your feet can be close or wide as needed. Inhale. And exhale. Open your eyes, stretch your arms. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, fold to the floor. Hands on floor, shins or your blocks lifted and lengthen halfway. Exhale, bring your left leg in the air. Hips are squared, so bend your right knee, but keep the knee behind the ankle. You don't want to be here with your heel lifted off the floor. And then bend your left leg, flex the foot and kick the hip, or the heel towards the ceiling, but drop the left hip down. And then extend the left leg again, toes down, hips square, come to your fingertips. That might be it. Or maybe you're going to float your arms back and away. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. With a big bend in your right leg, take your right hand to the floor. Then as your hand comes to the floor or the block, in front or to the side of your right leg, you can begin to straighten your right leg as you bring your left hand to your hip. Open to the left side of the room. Stack your shoulders. Eye gaze is the very last thing that may change. Left arm can reach in the air when you're ready. If you want to take a little bit more, bend your top leg, grab a hold of the ankle, shin, top of the foot, and open up, breathe. Breathe, open, open, open. Another big breath. If you're holding your leg, let it go gently. Bend your right knee generously. Step your left foot back. You're going to turn your left toes towards the left front corner of your mat. And then open up your arms, find warrior two. Find the right length for you. So you want your right thigh close to, if not parallel to the floor. Back toes, press down firmly. Outer edge of the hip, all the way open, pressing down. So there's no collapsing in the back knee or the back foot. Both are strong. Open your arms, pull back with your left arm a little bit more so your shoulders can come to stack over your hips. Firm into your legs. So make the work happen in the lowest part of your body. The arms are strong, as if somebody were sitting on top of them. Breathe in, breathe out. Sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, flip your right palm. Left arm down, right arm up. Draw your left hip towards your right knee, so just lift up and out of your waistline. And breathe. Inhale, rise up through warrior two. Exhale, spin your hands to the floor. Turn yourself forward. Jumping a little bit or a lot, bend your right knee and float your left leg off the floor. And then you decide if you want to move your hands anywhere. Find some balance, stability. I have it. And then slowly bring yourself to standing, left knee to, I had a touch. Left knee to your chest. And feet to the floor. Separate your feet. Forward fold over your legs. Lift your toes up and slide your hands underneath your feet so you can wrap your big toe around your wrist. Look forward, inhale. Exhale, work it, straightening the legs, head down, elbows out to the side. Head to the shins, hips over heels. Another breath. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine, release your hands to your hips. Rise up to standing. Good. Bring your hands on your hips. Take a block with you if you have it. Just put in your hand for a moment. Turn to the right side of your mat and place the block towards the top right side of your mat. So towards your right foot. Inhale, bring your hands behind your back. Palms together, knuckles down, lift your chest up. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, Prasarita, Padottanasana. Forward fold with a wide leg. Arms can come up. You can use a strap towel if you need it. And again, shift a little bit more of the weight towards the balls of your feet rather than towards the heels. Inhale and exhale. Good. Soften your knees. Put your hands on your back. Shift the change of your finger grip, right? So just move your fingers one finger over. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. And then exhale, fold over. One more breath. Inhale, release your hands to the floor, lengthen your spine. Take your block to the back of your right heel on its highest height. If you don't have a block, obviously you're not going to do it, but I would suggest getting one. All right, walk over to your right leg and turn your right toes to the right. Right hand's going to come on your thigh. Left arm comes up. Side angle variation, just kind of like a transition. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Look down at your right toes. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. So we've been here. Exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, take your right leg straight. Reach your torso. You might want to shorten your stance. And take your block underneath your right hand on its highest height on the outside of your shin. Left arm comes up. Triangle pose. Hug your tailbone underneath you. Lift your heart open. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. So it's just another variation of a warrior pose. And this variation is going to take us to the next pose, which we've done already today. Inhale, come back up. Rebend your front knee. Left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, right hand comes in front or to the side of your right foot on a floor or block. You can take it in slowly or just lift it up and find yourself into your half moon. Hug your right hip to the center. You can choose to take the same bind we did earlier. Bend your top leg. Grab a hold of the foot, shin, ankle. Doesn't have to happen. And if you're holding the bind, let it go gently. Good. Now soften your front leg. Step back a generous amount. Right hand on the block again, back to triangle pose. Breathe in. Look down at your right toes. Inhale, rise to stand. Take the block with you. If you only have one block, you're going to put it behind your left calf again, highest height, right? Open your arms to a T. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, peace finger grip around your big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head come down.
Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale to your hips, rise up. Good. Excellent. Let's fold back down, actually. Come back down to the forward fold. Good. Walk yourself to your left leg. Turn your left toes to the left side. Right toes are going to turn just to the front angle of the mat. Take your left hand on your left thigh. Right arm comes up. Lift your arm up, just like we talked about earlier, without putting your weight into your arms. Let your legs carry the weight. Look down at your left toes. Inhale through warrior two. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, straighten your front leg, inhale. You might want to shorten your stance. Move your torso to the left, hips to the right. Left hand comes on the outside on the block on its tightest height. Right by your shin, not by your toes. Right arm comes up, stack it. Lift out of your waistline, both sides, energized. Big toe pressing down, knees are lifted, not locked. Breathe. Make sure you're not dumping your weight into your left arm, so lighten up on the arm. See where it takes you. Another breath. Looking down. Good. Press down to rise up. Inhale. Right arm down, left arm up. Bring your right hip to the left. Inhale, come back up. Find your warrior two. Exhale, move your torso forward. Send your left hand in front or to the side or on your block. Right leg comes in the air. Spin your torso towards the right. Stack your shoulders. Maybe the right arm comes up. Maybe your eye gaze goes up. And if you'd like to take that bind, bend your right leg, grab the ankle shin, and pull it back. Open your heart. Hug your left hip in. Take another big breath. If you're holding, gently release. Put a generous bend in your left knee. Step all the way back. Straighten your front leg. Your hand goes back on the block. Lift up. Good. Inhale, rise up. Take the block. You can leave the block, actually. Come up. Turn your toes to face the right side. One more time. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hands down, or chest down, hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, if anybody has a headstand they would just dying to take, this is a nice time to do that as well. So feel free to grab that here. Head down, hips go over the heels. Shake out your head, yes or no. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Walk down to the left side of your mat. Turn your left toes forward so it should be the front of your mat. Step into a high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Don't go anywhere. Exhale, back to plank. Bend your elbows. Either lower your knees or lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, lengthen into a cobra. Exhale, release your head, chest. Reach your arms back behind you. Turn your palms so they face your thighs. Good. Press your hips down, lift your chest up. Exhale, lift your legs up if you'd like. Reach your hands towards your feet. Inhale, bend your knees, grab your ankles, and either side, kick your feet up, lift your chest up, resting on your pubic bone. Kick up, bring your feet closer together. Exhale, release. Left ear to the floor, toes turn in, shoulders drape open. Inhale, return your head to the center. Lift your torso, lift your thighs, bend your knees, grab your feet one more time. Kick, kick, kick. I like to flex my feet, and I like to bring my knees closer together. Open up the front of your shoulders, chest, hip. Exhale, lower your chest, legs right ear to the floor. Turn your toes in, pigeon-toed. Third time is the charm. Inhale, return to center. Lift your chest, shoulders, lift your legs. Bend your knees, grab your ankles, or not. You can choose to do just Shalambhasana, or take it back even into a child's pose. We'll go there in 3, 2, gently let go. 1, exhale. Release your hands, release your feet. Push into a wide-legged child's pose. Bring your arms in between your thighs and let your left ear come to the floor again. And just release the lower back. Shoulders relax. You're going to turn the proverbial other yoga cheek. Inhale, return to center. Lift your chest up, release your arms, and go ahead and swing your legs out in front of you. Lengthen the legs and shift the weight from side to side, and just move a little bit of the flesh, that little tiny flesh. Just need a little water too. I see you take your water breaks, I'll take my turn. All right. Sit up tall. Drive your hands right by your thighs and imagine that you're pulling the mat back. So it'll pull your chest forward, shoulders down, and then press your toes towards your face. Good. And then let go of the floor with your arms. Reach them up, palms face together. Inhale. Tuck your chin to your chest. Exhale, round your back. Keep your feet pointing up towards you for now. Keep the energy in the legs as you start to peel your spine down. Slowly. Take your time. Really energize the legs, dig the heels in. As you come down to the floor, stay elevated with your shoulders and head off the floor. Interlace your fingers behind your head like we did before. Look down to your toes. In Pilates, we call this neck stretch. Breathe, look towards your toes. Good, now lift your right leg in the air, and if it feels more supportive for you to bend your left leg on the floor, that's fine. Or keep your left leg out. Good, turn your torso to the right, left elbow outside right leg, right arm to the floor. Lift your left leg off the floor. Hold here for 3, 2, 1, come back to center. Lower your right leg, look down your legs towards your toes. Without pulling on your neck, right? I know I said it was called neck pull, but it's really not a pull, it's just a stretch. Good. Take your left leg in the air. Again, if it feels more supportive on your back, bend your knee. Turn your torso to the left, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Stay there or lift your right leg off the floor for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center, lower the left leg. Good. Release your hands, reach forward, and lower your head. Bring your knees into your chest. Cross your right leg over your left leg. Grab ankles, shins, or toes. Draw your heels to your buttocks. Inhale and exhale. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips right. Let your knees fall to the left side spinal twist. Breathe in and breathe out. Uncross your legs here, bring your knees a little higher. Stretch your right arm over your head. Imagine that you're pushing your right hip towards the right side and your legs towards the left. Inhale, open both arms to a T, bring your legs back to the center. Exhale, hug onto your shins, top of the foot thigh. Inhale, lower your head. Exhale, take your left leg on top of your right. Grab ankles, shins, or toes. Inhale, open your arms to a T. Shift your hips left. Exhale, knees fall to the right, twist. Uncross your legs, bring your knees a little bit higher to your shoulders. Left arm overhead, your right can just hold the outer thigh. Imagine that you're pulling your hips to the left side, knees to the right side. Inhale, open your arms to a T, and
Exhale, bring your knees back to center. Head and shoulders lift as you grab a hold of the feet. Curl yourself into a tight ball. Inhale, lay yourself on the back. Open up your knees. Grab the outer edges of your feet or your big toe. Happy baby pose. Rock on your spine, side to side. Massage it gently. And then again, find yourself into the center. Think about lengthening your tailbone. So if your legs are in the air, but your hips are all the way in the air as well, hold on somewhere higher. Breathe in. And either hold on to your feet or take your hands anywhere on your inner thigh, outer thigh, except your knee, and just open your legs into a straddle. Inhale, bend your knees, place the soles of the feet together, and bring the feet to the floor. So same action, roll the upper thigh outward. Once you've got the thigh open, take your arms overhead in the same position. Inhale, extend your arms overhead, extend your legs out in front of you. Reach as long as you can. Hook your thumbs and just reach away from your midline. There'll be a tendency to arch your back, but see if you can bring the ribs a little bit lower down. Point your toes this time. Bring the ribs down towards the hips. Stretch the entire right side long and then the entire left side long. And then reach everything away from your midline. Breathe, 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 breathe. Exhale, release your hands by your side. Open your hips. Let everything just kind of surrender onto the mat as you begin to release into your final Shavasana, your resting pose. Yeah, take anything that you need before getting there, perhaps, to bring your way into this quiet, peaceful pose. Take a few breaths. For you at home, stay fit, stay healthy.